So I'm Vicky and
I'm Tim.
We live outside Manchester in a place called Stockport. We go windsurfing on a lake up in the hills. It's called Glossop Sailing Club. We teach junior windsurfers. We run a junior windsurfing club every Saturday afternoon. Gives us lots of pleasure. It's lovely to see the young people doing so well.
Yeah, we train young instructors so that we don't have to demonstrate all the moves because we're a bit old for that.
I started in 1983, and the year after Tim.
I started in 1982, yeah. We did have a very dodgy moment when I went off to Tenerife on my own with some friends and left Vicky behind. And I've not dared to do that ever again.
Our child was about 9. Our second or third date was windsurfing.
Oh.
And so that was something that we both enjoyed early on. We used to take turns with childcare in the early. We used to meet in a club, and he'd go out windsurfing for an hour, and then I'd say, no, come in, I'll go out windsurfing for an hour. So that journey of doing that together meant that we're just windsurfing. Even you're teaching beginners, teaching children, or sometimes I'm standing waist deep in shallow water teaching very small children. But we're thinking about windsurfing every weekend, and we get a lot of pleasure. It's a really lovely thing that we have in common. And we've got so much pleasure are young people who were quite small when we taught them, who are now instructors, who've done things like had summer jobs in centres in the Mediterranean while they're at university, or go to the Future Pros that the BWA run, or and friends that we can windsurf with at the club. And so it's a really nice shared pleasure, as well as when we're windsurfing here, when we've both had a really good time. It's just lovely, we sit down over our meal in the evening and say, we're on a high. It's nice talking about, we were both on the water at the same time, we both shared it. 9 years ago we came for the first time, 2016. Have a very good friend we started windsurfing with in the 80s who'd been saying to us for a long time, you should go. And somehow you don't always hear what people are saying. And then we went and said, you were right, you were right.
Yes, this is one.
And we came, we asked people, we knew other people, we'd been on other windsurfing clinics, and they said, TWS, where should we go? And they said TWS. Right. And we did. There's several people that we've met because we come at a similar time. So we've made friends of other people who come to TWS from other parts of Europe, from Germany, from the Netherlands, from Scandinavia. And so we made friends. Nice seeing them again, windsurfing friends. And, chat to each other about windsurfing on the water and what kit people are using.
Anyway, we know a lot of the staff now.
Oh yes, we're getting to know you all.
Yes,
it's quite nice.
They're very helpful for elderly people.
We love being with young people, but we also like the times when we can just go with our own smaller kit that's more similar to the kit we hire here, like to Ross and Igar in Wales, and past few years we've been going to Tenerife, the west coast of Scotland, for a fortnight in October.
It takes as long to get to Tenerife as it does to get here, actually. Well, once you can do it, it's great. I mean, if you can get kit, put it on the water and get going and just have fun, that's really what it's about. We're not really trying to improve at our age, we just want to keep going. Well, I mean, we do small improvements.
Yeah, we do, small improvements. But I think the thing I liked about windsurfing from the very beginning that I still like now is it's you and your kit on the water. It's outside in the fresh air, usually in beautiful places, either up in the hills, the gorgeous hills where we sail near home, or beautiful seaside, nice beaches. It's you can be in a group, so it's very sociable, but it's you and yourself and your kit and enjoying it to the level that you want to enjoy it. Nobody makes anybody do, you have to go and do that thing or that manoeuvre, or so you've got flexibility, but that freedom and fresh air. And what I say to young people when they learn to plane, when they learn to harness and they learn to plane, and that feeling, that adrenaline rush, and I always say to them, it's like being on a funfair ride when you get that whee feeling and you see it with other people out on the water. And what's lovely about windsurfing is you go to any beach and any windsurfer is really happy to talk to you when you say, what was it like? What kit have you got? And they're really happy to say, should have had bigger, should have had smaller, or this is what it's like. And windsurfers talk to each other and get the joy and pleasure from each other windsurfing. And I don't think that's true of all sports. So yeah, and it's fresh air and outside, and it's lovely being outside.
Yes, there's always something to talk. There's always the wind to talk about. How good is the wind? Yes.
Yeah. So I think and you can do it at all different levels. So my knees don't bend quite as much as they used to bend, but you can still go windsurfing. You just choose your kit.
We walk. We do a bit of Pilates.
We do Pilates regularly. We do Pilates and yoga, and we've always done that, one or the other, and we still go to classes and do. And try and walk, always walk, if you can walk somewhere rather than go in the car, or if you can walk instead of using the lift, just
keep going. Yeah.
Just to keep going and keep moving. And I do think, what I do notice, I talk with women friends also in their 60s who are windsurfers, that I really notice now my muscles are not as strong as they were. So I've more consciously tried to keep my muscles stronger, but I have to work at it more because muscles do just lose strength. Can't do anything about it. They lose strength very, very quickly. Yeah. You have to really keep going and find things to practice that strength. I think windsurfing keeps you young.
Well,
I'm certain it does. I think you use lots of different muscles. You have to be thinking. Yeah. You've got to be thinking about the kit and the wind. You've got to be responding when you're on the water because the wind changes. Yeah. And you meet lots of interesting people, and all the research is those things, using your mind, using your body, being sociable. They're the things that keep you young.
Yeah.
So
there you go, teaching people 60 years younger than me sometimes, or nearly 60 years younger. That's quite interesting because, but it's fun. It's fun.